Okay, so it's not going to let me record and talk to you at the same time, so I'll just tell you what's going on here as I'm walking around. That's some kind of a bunker. I don't know exactly what it is, but we're headed towards the interior of the old Fort Niagara. That's some of it over there. This is the old stockade fence, so I would imagine that everything inside the fencing, inside the brick walls, is what is considered the fort. Okay. It's a big place. There's one of the old cannons still in place. A huge wall around it. And this is my tour group. I was trying to get things together to show you, but that's the lighthouse right there. That's the first lighthouse ever built on Lake Ontario. I guess you can get inside of it, you know, I guess they do tours, I'm not sure, but I will take you over there and let you see some of the stuff. Okay, so I'm going to pause this thing for a moment and then pick it back up when I get around over there where the group is. Okay, hold on. Oh yeah, what I meant to tell you, this is the United States Coast Guard outpost. I guess they're stationed out of here. I guess they live there, you know. I think that's the Coast Guard outpost. And if it's not, then that is down there. This is the entranceway to the fort. And up there, as you can see, are cannons. And I got the zoom operating here. Over here is Lake Ontario. This is what the Niagara River flows into. And this empties out northward, way over yonder, which I'll take you to see into the St. Lawrence Seaway. Okay, yeah, this is the United States Coast Guard outpost right here. Not that other house. That's where the Coast Guard, the guys who are on duty, they hang out there. So here's some more of the wall and the cannons. We're going into the fort. I gotta go and get some coffee. And I guess way back when, water came all the way up here. You know, the Lake Ontario came all the way up here. As you can tell by the way the hill is. They built a retaining wall. Oh, you can see the cannon pods. This is where they defended the fort. There's a cannon pod there. Cannon pod there. There's another cannon pod there. And there are cannons back there. There's all these cannon pods where they could ward off enemy attackers. This is the entranceway to the fort. The cannons overlooking the hillside. It says Porte de Cieno Nations. There's a Coast Guard vessel on the lake. Over there on the other side is Canada. Okay, so we're going inside the fort now. I don't know how much time this thing is going to give me. As you can see, these are the gates for the drawbridge. I guess that used to be here at one time, so they could keep the enemy from coming in. So the lake did come up there. Two sets of doors keep the enemy out. which at that time, this was occupied by the French. So the enemy was British, the enemy were the Seneca Nation Indians that used to live up here. It's amazing. If you see these slots here, these are rifle slots. So that if the enemy ever did get inside the entryway, they could still board up these doors and fire on the enemy from these rifle slots. These are cannons, cannon barrels. There's a cannonball, another cannon barrel. I don't know if we can get up there or not. I don't know. There's nothing that says I can't go up here. So I'm gonna see. Oh, this looks like it was a mess hall. A bunker. Ah. Yeah, so they climbed up on these things and got in these windows to fire on the enemy. This is pretty cool. This is a watchtower. It's another cannon.
Jimmy!
Hey!
How you doing?
I'm doing good. There's more cannons out there. This whole...
Watch out.
What happened?
Something. He shot his gun.
Oh, yeah? Somebody out there shooting?
Yeah. The old American guys.
Well, they had cannons up here in this watchtower. It must have been loud when those things went off. This place is interesting. Okay.
Guys, come on, they're taking a group picture.
It's Lake Ontario. This is the inner court yard of the fort. Another watch station over there where I'm sure there was a cannon. We'll be going in that building over there shortly. There's another watch station right there with a cannon on top of it. See the cannon. Crew quarters. There's another crew quarters right here. Down there. And those are the cannons that I showed you when I was first walking up. This place was heavily fortified. It looks like 3 more cannon stations were over there and those little pillar points. Okay, so I'm going down there to meet the group now. So I'm gonna put you on pause until I get downstairs. Let you see what this looks like from up here. Impressive, huh? Okay. They want me. They said, "Come on, Jimmy." So I started running. They told me stop running. So now I'm out in the inner court, and that's where I was. I was up there, where the other cannons were. Watchtower. So this is the inner courtyard. Oh, there is a French soldier over there, standing guard. Imagine what life must have been like here. Another cannon over there. what the canoes used to look like back then. I guess those are the original size of the tents that they pitched. I would imagine that's the well. Oh, here's another guard.
No, you can't hold the gun. Well,
They're like, yep, give it.
Antonio.
Nope, you can't hold the gun. Okay, so we're going into the building there, but you can see there's more cannons in that dugout over there underneath that cannon. I imagine there was a time where if anybody ever got inside the fort, you know, by any means necessary, defend it to the very end. I guess that's an oven where they bake bread. I'm gonna go over there and take a look at that in a little while. Don't mean to be rushing through this, babe, but I don't know. Oh yeah, I gotta go over there and get my coffee. I'll do that after I come out of this building. I don't know what that was. Looks like another bakery. See an oven inside. You can see what's on the third floor. Those are shooting stations. The soldiers climbed up in those boxes and defended the building. You can see all of the gun ports up there. I'm going in there in a second. I want to see what this is. Probably a munitions dump. Probably. And there's another oven. A mess hall. This is where they cooked. This is a mess hall. Cool. Okay. Oh man, there's all kinds of stuff over here, baby. Restaurants.
Are you sharing your adventure with somebody?
Yeah, my fiance.
Cool.
She's in Georgia. This looks like another bunk area where all the soldiers slept. The ready room, I would imagine.
Did you go through it? You gonna rest? Okay. Do you mind if I go through it? Okay. Down only, please.
That was another gunshot. He fired his musket. There's a picture of the old fort and the area that it encompassed off of the Niagara River into Lake Ontario, and the fort is right on the point. Pretty cool.
Pretty cool place, huh?
Seems it, yes.
You guys made it.
Hi, 850.
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you. Yep.
I guess this is where they bake the bread. And this is supposed to be bread cooling when it came out of the oven. Guess that's supposed to be bread cooling.
Some pretty old bread.
Yeah.
I am a little, huh?
You see the gun ports. Boulanger, that means kitchen. Okay, so this was the kitchen. And this is probably the captain's mess, where all the commanders ate. Oh, there's a sign right there. This historic building, the Commandant's Quarters, was concluded the surrender of the French Fort Niagara to the British of July of 1759. Wow. Here's another bunk. Four soldiers could sleep in here. Ouch. I don't know what this is. Can't figure it out. Probably a munitions store. You see powder kegs. So this is probably where they stored the ammunition. And this door will take it right out to the cannons that were out there. Makes sense. How you doing? So we're gonna go upstairs. Oh, there's another room over here. Ah, this is the trading post. The store. They would come and purchase their supplies. Trade with the Indians. Beaver pelts. Axes. Raccoon skins over there. There they are, raccoon skins. Fox skins, raccoon skins, bear skins. Pretty cool. And this looks authentic. Most rooms in this building have been restored to represent their appearance during the early French this looks authentic. From 1726 until the mid-1740s, the castle, surrounded by a small wooden stockade, was the only building. By 1755, a few additional buildings in the bed, all clustered in front of the castle with the walls. We are now in trade. This area featured a storeroom, living quarters for the okay, we're gonna go upstairs. European-made goods like blankets and other textiles, tools, knives, silver, firearms, and ammunition to Native Americans in exchange for furs like beaver, fox, and otter. I'm gonna go upstairs. Here's another depiction of the fort. Okay, 1 inch equals 100 feet. Okay. Going back upstairs, right? Well, not back upstairs, but we're upstairs in the big building. The chapel. This is the chapel. And being that it's a French fort, they were undoubtedly Jesuits, I guess, which is an offshoot of the Catholic Church. And yes, that's what it says. Restored by the Knights of Columbus, 4th to the Calvert Province. Okay. And a fireplace. Every place had a fireplace in here. I guess this is where they kept the holy water. Oh my.
就像我们的佛寺差不多，就是这样。
Lots of rooms up here. The store is closed. I guess there's. They don't want anybody in there. I don't know what this is. This is just a big empty room.
Negotiating with Native Americans, supervising the fur trade, and maintaining the condition of the fortress and its garrison. At Niagara, he also had to oversee the condition of the portage road around Niagara Falls. Officers were usually drawn from Canadian gentry and often followed their fathers into the military. There was a wide social gulf between the officer and the enlisted man as reflected in the items displayed in this room. Not only did the officer have private space, even at remote wilderness outposts, he had the ability to bring along personal furnishings and other possessions like books, silver, and china. In this way, he could maintain himself as a gentleman. The commandant reported directly to the Governor General of New France, sending frequent correspondence about the needs and developments surrounding the issue. The room where you are standing is the commandant's bedroom. The adjacent room to the east is the officer's dining room, and the small room to the west is used for storage and as an office for the commandant.
This is the officer's dining room. They lived well. Look at that. Well, as usual, there was no expense spared to officers. They lived well, even in these harsh times. They lived quite well. They wanted an after-dinner smoke there, the pipes over there against the wall. Interesting, huh? This is so cool. Every room in this fort has a fireplace, but it's no wonder why. You're on Lake Ontario. It's definitely cold here. Interesting. It's another staircase, so I'll go up there momentarily after I get done visiting all the rest of these rooms. This is another officer's quarters, I suppose. Yep, it's an officer's room. This is bed over there. Probably the second in command. It's another room. Okay. This is not sure what this is. Don't know what that is. So, can't figure it out. Maybe just the woodworking shop. I can see all the saws and tools, clamps. Probably where they made whatever it was that they needed. These doors are impressive. It must have taken a lot. Talking. Okay, so that's it for the second floor, I believe. Oh, no, one more room. The enlisted men's quarters.
Independent companies of the Navy, a company
These are the enlisted men's quarters.
The fort's small garrison of 30 to 40 men protected French interests in the Niagara region, including the highly competitive fur trade. Most recruits for the independent companies came from France, where they signed a contract for a minimum 6-year enlistment. Soldiers were supposed to be at least 16 years old, but many recruiters bent the rules to accept younger men. Most recruits joined to gain employment. A few sought to escape the war. Service at a frontier fort.
Okay, we're going up on the 3rd floor.
Much of the soldiers' daily routine consisted of driving.
Cannot imagine living like this. Okay, more tourists are coming in, so I'm gonna get out here and get my coffee. This is the 3rd floor. And this is just the shooting range. The last bastion of hope. Which I told you about when we came up. This is the shooting portals where the soldiers came in here, braced themselves up, and fired through these slots at the enemy. And that's what this whole room is. It's just shooting ports all over the place. The last place to defend when all hope was lost. Of course, me personally, I would never retreat up. I always retreat down. There's nowhere to go if you go up. You can set the fort on fire and it's a wrap. Going down to get my coffee. Put this thing on pause. I'll get back to you when I get to the bottom. Okay. Back outside. Oh, I'll take you over this way. Put my sunglasses on. Give me a second. Okay. So, this is the castle. That's where we were just taking a look. General LaSalle. Okay, so.
Okay? Yep.
Walking. This is one of the 5 Great Lakes and the last Great Lake before you get to the Atlantic Ocean. This is Lake Ontario, one of 5 landlocked glacier lakes, and it is huge. Let me repeat that. Huge. There's a tanker out there, sailboat. There's another sailboat over yonder. That's Canada. But all of this I need to check to see what time it is. 8:30. Okay, got plenty of time. Gonna do a little bit more walking around, baby, and then after that, I'm gonna go get my coffee and head back to the bus. I don't know what that building is over there. Rush Bagot Treaty at Monument. That's a monument to the Rush Bagot Treaty. I don't know what's over here, but since we have time, I'm gonna go there. So, there's another cannon. Alright, we're going to this building. I'll put you on pause until I'm done. I'll get over there and I'll turn it back on. It would seem that the French were quite religious. That's the castle. That's the building we were just in. Don't know what this is, but we'll soon find out, man. Cat's over there firing his musket. Can you imagine 100 of those going off at one time or in succession? That must have been nuts. Okay. I don't have a map, so I can't tell you what building 14 is, but we fitting to find out. Beds, 2, 3, 4. Bunks here. More cannons. Put your candles in there and light it up. Well, they did have glass back then. I think they did. Hello? Okay, more bunks. Lots of bunks. There was lots of places for these soldiers to sleep. Gun rack. Gun rack shows 12 slots for weapons. But this looks like a whole lot more than 12 soldiers slept up here. Hello. One thing for sure, these cats were physically fit. They had to be. Hello. Another cannon station. I'm sure there were more than just these 2 cannons up here. I would imagine there were 4 of them. Because you need one there, and you need